you want to start an online business or side hustle to either increase your income or replace your 9 to 5? If so, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a professional logo.
But this is the brand new logo for the product line.
Find and contact your first manufacturer. And create your first sample. Have you always toyed with the idea of starting an online business or side hustle, but really never knew where to start? This was me in 2018. I was consuming loads of videos online and I wasted thousands of pounds on courses. But it wasn't until I actually took action, creating a brand and launching my first product, that I truly started learning. Now, in 2023, I'm launching a new product for my brand and I'm documenting the whole process, showing you my exact 6-phase plan to go from idea to physical product. This is phase 3 of the plan, so if you want to start an ecom business in 2023, then I definitely recommend that you check out my 2 other videos of phase 1 and phase 2. I want to preface this is just the beginning of my journey too, and I'm no expert. I just have 3 years of experience and I've only launched 1 product for my brand. However, I am actively learning and spending time and money developing my knowledge. If you want to start making money online and avoid all the silly mistakes that beginners make, which I'll be making for you, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. Right, let's get straight into it. How do you create a great logo for under $20? So there's 2 options when it comes to creating a logo. So you've either got an idea of exactly what you want, you've sketched it out or you've drawn it out, and you just need to hire a graphic designer to create your digital masterpiece. Or your option 2, where you have literally no idea what you want as a logo and you want to give complete creative freedom to someone else to create a unique logo that stands out and represents your product. For both these options, you're going to need Fiverr. It's an online website where you can find freelancers for literally everything you need within your business, whether that's videography, copywriting, photo editing, graphic designers, the lot. There's literally everything. So I recommend, even if you're not looking for a logo, go check out Fiverr, link will be in the description, and just see what you can hire people to do. It's insane. All of this at a touch of a button. If you're like me and you already had an idea for a logo and you'd sketched it out and then I'd actually gone and tried to sort of create it roughly in Photoshop, then this is so easy because you go on Fiverr, you search logo designer or graphic designer, and then you go in, have a little look through, and I always go for around a level 2 seller who's anywhere from the £10 to £20 mark, and then ask them, just say, this is my idea for the logo, I either want it to be these colors, this niche, to stand out like this, whatever, and then send them the actual ideas that you had, the sketch that you made in the notepad. It doesn't have to be on Photoshop, and then they'll be able to create that into a digital masterpiece for you. And the one thing that you want to ensure that they do is they vectorize your logo, mean that it's mathematically drawn in a tool called Illustrator, where it basically can get blown up huge to be put on the side of a wall or shrunk down real small, and it won't be pixelated whatsoever, so it keeps the quality of your logo. And if you don't have an idea of what you want for your logo, then you leave it down to the expert and you say, generate 5 different logo designs for me and I'd like to pick the best one, or 3 depending on your graphic designer or the logo designer you pick. And I did this for my brand Shred Rope. I created 1 standalone logo and I sent it to a logo maker, and I was there like, just make something with SR and red colors, and they came out with 6 ideas I pop on screen, and I ended up actually choosing the one that I designed, maybe because I'm biased because I made it, but I kind of felt like it was just simple things that stand out, and you want a logo that's simple and stands out. So my top tips for creating a logo, and this is so important. 1, you don't need to spend weeks on this. Don't allow the logo creation phase to literally paralyze your whole business growth, because you're spending hours and hours making little tweaks, making little changes. It doesn't need to be perfect the first time. There's been so many companies that have rebrand later down the line once you got the ball rolling. It's important, but it shouldn't take hours. It should literally be done in an afternoon. Tip 2, if you can't decide, if you're really undecided on things, then use your family, friends and colleagues. Put a poll on your Instagram of selection. Go out and just ask your parents if you live at home, or if you live with housemates, or your husband or wife or daughters or kids or grandparents, anyone, be like, what do you think of this? And most of the time their feedback will be generic because they have no emotional attachment to any of the designs. So if some of them aren't clear, or if some of them they don't quite like them, or it's a bit weird and like too funky designs, they'll tell you straight, and that's good. And that means that you can then have an outside perspective, but they'll be super helpful. So once you have the vector files for your logo, that's the logo done. It's time that we find a manufacturer and order a sample. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We are extremely fortunate to be in this modern age where we can create a product so easily. Websites such as Alibaba take away all the struggles that people used to have to deal with, flying to conventions to meet up with manufacturers, hiring agents, and generally needing a lot more experience and network to create a product. Now we have all of this at the touch of a button with Alibaba. Go to the website, either find your exact product or a product you'd like to sell. You found some manufacturers, and now you want to reach out and contact them. I recommend contacting at least 3 manufacturers in this process. This will give you an idea in their communication skills and the differences, and you'll realize that they vary massively in their professionalism, their time to respond, and their general responses. So this is crucial when you're parting with a ton of money to a company that's on the other side of the world. And more importantly, if you've got 3 manufacturers and 3 quotes, you'll be able to see what manufacturers are actually worth and what's the average price. Right, so I just want to say this now. When you go on Alibaba and you see these products for like pence, don't get too excited, because remember, there's a lot of back-end costs when it comes to e-commerce. So the biggest one is obviously shipping of your product initially, just to get it to you. That's probably going to be anywhere from 100% of the product cost all the way to 200%, depending on the weight and size of this product. 2, you're going to have potentially import fees and customs. You're going to have storage and warehouse fees if you're using a 3PL, which I'll make another video on that in the future. Advertising costs, and then you've got taxes on top of that, and then you've got all your software, your admin fee, and then obviously you want to take potentially a wage that you can either roll back into the business or buy new stock. Don't get super excited seeing something on there that you've seen that sells for £60 and you find it on Alibaba for like £15 and you're like, I'm going to be a millionaire. I have to sell 500 of these and then I'll make 100 grand or whatever. There's a lot of upfront costs. However, if you follow these phases and you learn from me and the mistakes I made, you should be able to make some profits, as we are running a business. But top tip, do not tell people what cost you got your product for, because it will just reduce the perceived value of the product instantly. And it's just a weird concept. Like, you are running a business. It's only a business when you're selling stuff and you're making a profit. That's my top tip. Don't tell people the cost price of your product. So one question that asked me would be, what stops people just going on Alibaba and just buying these products themselves? People can do that, but everywhere you look around, you'll see products that are literally exactly the same. I'll name some big brands. For example, Balenciaga. Do you think that their trainers are better quality material, that they're made to a higher standard, to the point where you can charge that price? No. It's all about branding. So all of these products are available to you if you wanted to go manufacture a Balenciaga trainers. The only reason people buy them is because of branding. So it doesn't matter. As long as your product does what it says and it's good quality and it's made well, it doesn't matter what the cost price is to you, because if it solves a problem for someone else, it's the perceived value of what that person thinks the product's worth that matters. And if you've got good branding and a great product and good marketing, then you can charge whatever you'd like. So there's some key terminology I want to run you guys through, because this is important when ordering on Alibaba. I'm going to take you through 2 terms of manufacturing and 2 terms of shipping. So the first type of manufacturing is OEM, which stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. This is a business model where the manufacturer will actually produce a product from the designs of the buyer. So if you have a product that you've designed from scratch and you send them the design plans, then they'll create this for you. 2, ODM. ODM stands for Original Design Manufacturer. So this is where you go to the manufacturer and they already have a product that you would like to make alterations to, slight changes, improve the design, and then be able to resell their product with your brand and colors and logos, etc. on it. So if you're creating something from scratch from your own design, you need an OEM manufacturer. And if you've seen a product that you want to sell but you want to make changes and alterations, then you go for an ODM manufacturer. So that's the 2 key manufacturing terms clear. Then there's 2 shipping terms that I need to clarify, because I've made these mistakes and it's cost me hundreds of pounds. We've got DDP and EXW. So these are the 2 types of shipping. So DDP means delivery duty paid, and this basically means that the seller will cover everything from door to door. You literally just pay them, and then the seller will organize everything, pay any customs and import taxes that are due, and then you can literally just sleep easy at night knowing it's on the way to you. And then EXW, now that accidentally ordered 2 loads of samples this way, and it's an absolute nightmare, an absolute headache. This is only good if you're a huge company where basically you can go and bargain with freight forwarders. If you've got loads of stock coming in on massive shipments, then that's the only reason why you'd want to go EXW. So that's the 4 key terms that you need to know before ordering stuff on Alibaba. Right, so now that we cleared up these key terms, it's time to order our product sample. I would highly recommend that you use my sample script linked below, which I've compiled from all the useful information I've got from these paid courses, as this breaks down all the essential information you need to ask from your manufacturer. And the most important aspect that you take one thing from this video and you're going to order a sample is that you demand that they make a fully customized mock-up of your product. So all the colors that you want, all the branding that you want, the box, the inserts, everything. You need to have a finalized product. Be stubborn, they will do this. Some refuse, but if you just keep saying, I want this before I'm going to make my bulk order, then they will. If not, find another manufacturer, because you need to see your final product. Be stubborn, they will do this. Bosh! Then you're ready to go. My journey, I created a logo in an afternoon, compared manufacturers for my product, and ordered a sample. Feeling when you first receive your sample is insane.
I'm at home with fucking COVID, but guess what? The product sample has just arrived. FedEx have just pulled up to the drive. They've dropped the parcel off, so let's go check it out. Here it is. the sample.
When you see your idea come to life with all the color changes you made, alterations you made, and logo stamped on it, it's pretty epic. It's surreal. You feel like a true entrepreneur. Now it's time for phase 4. This is where the fun part starts, of you actually taking photos, marketing it, selling, which we're going into in the further phases of this 6-phase plan. So next week is phase 4, where we're going to create so much additional value for this product that people feel stupid saying no to your offers. So if you found this content valuable, like the video, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Your boy's Gonskis.